shredder behind us now, so we can just put it behind us? Like that?
When we were, one time, when we were, having someone in here help us try to clean things out, we, she was up there shredding.
Hey, Tom, is this supposed to be?
No.
They probably used it to swear somebody in. No, they hold, when they do the name tag things, they hold the flag behind them and take
I
it.
thought you swore.
I swear them in, but they take the ID.
Okay. You swore anybody?
Last week I
Did
did.
you?
So you use call language then?
Yeah. He does. Is it 7 o'clock?
Hey, Bruce, how are you? Good. Hey, thank you for straightening that out.
Yes.
Hang on a minute.
Let's hope we get out of here at 7:01, but now we can't.
Well, let's shoot for 7:02.
7:02, yeah. I'll take that.
It is too nice to be in here.
I ain't here. Why don't you wait till 7 to run into your office?
We're live.
Oh, sorry. Where's the agenda?
Anyways, what do you guys think about that? Before we get started, what do you guys think about maybe putting those posts in? Or has the conversation moved from stopping it
Well, I
to,
think we need to do both.
well, in addition to those, you know?
Oh, yeah, you did that.
That would stop. That's-
I'm sorry. No, there was one more, it's that report, the new report.
maybe it's smart.
All right.
Traffic.
Let's go ahead and start. All right. Tracy.
Let's pray. Father God, we come to you to ask you to direct our steps, ask you to give us wisdom. Lord, help us to know what needs to be done for this town to improve the community, and provide opportunities for the future for our children. We ask all this in the great name and powerful name of Jesus Christ.
Pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
No, I'm sorry, but the new report is the biggest.
Yeah. Roll call.
Joe Scott,
Here.
Adam Jones,
Here,
Tammy Carter, Steve Rogan,
Here.
and Tom Roberts.
Here. All right, board minutes. Yeah.
There was two board meetings now.
The new cable, can't do this wide, I hope. I got long arms and they. So, I mean, have the regular meeting on February 14th, and we have a special meeting on February 17th. So, we probably have to do them separate because not everyone was here, probably. Well, Tammy was missing. Everybody, yeah. So let's let Adam do the other.
okay. I'd like to make a motion that we accept February 14th, 2022, regular meeting minutes as written.
I second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Thank you.
Also make a motion that we accept the special meeting, February 17th, 2022, as written. Actually, we're going to be a little, you're going to have to second that.
I will? You don't? Okay, I'll second. We don't have enough to approve that.
No?
And you can't approve those meetings minutes tonight.
Okay,
That's
we'll
only
just put it off
true.
till next time.
That was there.
Yeah, but Tammy, you two were not. Tammy's not here. She was here, so.
Just put it aside and not do it for next month.
All right. Financial reports, we'll pass these out. We need someone to review the bank rec. Who would like to do that? Joe, you got that? Then we have this here with the employee payroll. We need to kind of start passing that around to be signed.
Everybody has to sign that.
We have a new one with the revenue detail history, which we're supposed to all review this and determine right now whether or not we posted receipts to the wrong fund. And if you don't get it right, I will become an actor. Because the Board of Accounts says we have to know.
Yeah. I understand that. It's on record, Tom.
Okay, so that takes, those will be certainly, we'll do them later. I would be good.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it's really.
Did you,
The only thing I would look for is
okay,
the plowing contractor.
For the claim docket?
well, I would, no, it's right here. We're not ready to do it yet. I have the Delaware County Regional Wastewater District, which was basically a routine work. They checked some lift stations, they did some testing. There's nothing real in it to everybody. Hopefully you had a chance to review it.
Mhm.
So Jason got it to me timely and it was great. So, all right.
I like the fact that they're replacing some of the meters as they go too. That's good. Good sign.
Do you want to, Bruce, right?
Yes,
Would you like to go ahead and go so you can get out of
be
here?
happy to.
Okay.
Members of the board, clerk, Madam Clerk Treasurer, Mr. Red, members of the audience, I'm here to simply apologize. In the 12 years that I've been associated with a solar project, we've never dropped the ball like this before, but we did. I especially wanted to come up tonight with Tom and Adam's permission and make sure everybody understood that Madam Clerk Treasurer was 100% absolutely innocent of this. There was a communication sent to us on January 4. Our normal thing is we prepare the public announcement bids that have to be taken in the paper, the advertisements to advertise the project. That was sent for your review January 3rd. It was sent the last week of December and then sent for final review January 3rd. In that communication from our engineers, it said, do you want us to submit the ads or do you want to submit the ads? They should never have asked that question because every other time we ask the municipality to submit the ads because you already have accounts set up, et cetera, et cetera. But in this case, you responded on the 4th of January saying, no, we prefer for you to submit the ads. Our engineers assumed that you had gone ahead and submitted the ads. We notified 20 companies of the project. We had the pre-bid meeting. In that notification that we sent to those 20 companies, we said when the bids were due, et cetera, but the public notification was never actually sent out. You received one bid, 2 companies went together and submitted the bid, which thank goodness Amy did not open, which is very important in the process. We talked to the AG's office, to the IURC, to our attorneys, and I know you all have talked to Joe. We have resubmitted the advertisements. They were submitted on Thursday of this week. They are going out in the Muncie paper tomorrow and the Anderson paper Thursday or the other way around. I'm not going to say. It has to have a second submission 7 days apart. And so we will rebid or resubmit 4 bids. Obviously, this is a very small project and everybody's super, super busy right now because of the net metering and the June 30 deadline. So if you know of any electrical firms that I can personally contact and ask them to attend the pre-bid meeting or ask them if there's any way they might want to be involved in this project, we'll be happy. We're allowed to do that. We can solicit as many bids as we can until bid opening date or time or whatever. And finally, the only thing for an action item, we're asking you to have a special meeting on March 30th. I believe it was 6 o'clock or
6
5:30 or 6 p.m. Just to receive the bids. The bids will be due at 3 o'clock that day. and then you have to have a formal meeting to actually receive the bids, then we'll take them, tell them I'm willing to evaluate,
We'll open them at 6.
right, and read them, and then we'll take them under advisement. We'll score the bids for you and make sure they're the best and lowest and whatever that legal term is, Joe, you probably know better than I. And then we'll come back to you at your regular meeting, I believe it's the 14th of April, where we'll make a recommendation of who the lowest bid were and how they did on the qualifications that we scored.
Okay. The only adjustment is that Joe will get a copy as well
Yes,
to review for legal
right.
purposes.
So I have a follow-up on that. We have to be substantially complete by June 30th,
Right.
correct?
Yes.
To take advantage of net metering. Is that gonna happen?
Yes, I&M, we've asked I&M directly because you're one of, apologize, I've got 9 with NIPSCO, no, I've got 12 with NIPSCO and 5 with I&M that all have to be done by June 30. I&M is different than NIPSCO. I&M has sent us a letter verifying that as long as we have the interconnection approved and signed, and we are working on the project, by June 30, they will approve it and we can go beyond June 30 and you still get the 10 years of net metering. We still feel and we still have in the documents that they have to be done by June 30. And I'll be honest, there really is no reason not to be done by June 30 at this point, if we can award a bid in mid-April.
Okay.
So,
Do you have enough people to be there at the meeting on the 30th?
We've got 3. You're not, and
I'm
you're not. But Tammy said yes, and Joe said yes, and I'll be there, so.
Joe, can I attend remotely on something like that, just as a contingency if we don't
I mean,
have?
yeah, you just can't participate really.
You can't vote.
Yeah, the emergency order is now done.
Okay, well, that's where I was going.
Yeah.
It's in the end, if we didn't have enough people.
If you don't have enough people, yeah, and you're attending remotely, then you still don't have enough people. Because you don't count.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't count that.
yeah.
Stay in person.
they don't count, Mr. Rep?
Yeah, no, they have to attend in person to be able to vote.
Even if the board did an action item to allow that?
Yeah, now
but
if
they
you're-
can't vote?
If you're talking about the meeting to receive an open bid,
Yes.
really it doesn't make a difference because not taking any formal action, yeah, so.
Right.
You know, ideally, if it's can be there if possible, but
You even have to have 3 there to open the bid.
I mean, technically no.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought. So we're fine, we're fine.
Yeah.
Because we're just gonna open and record.
But we
I
still-
mean,
And that's it, there's no decision being made.
I don't even know if I'll
And there's
record
no vote
anything, because I
to
won't
take.
know what I'm recording.
Yeah,
Because
we
we
have
haven't
three
evaluated the
meetings.
bids yet.
They have
to have a meeting.
Yeah, I mean, you'll still have to meet. yeah.
3 to have quorum for a
Yeah,
meeting.
quorum, but, yeah, I mean, it's just for bid opening, so.
Right. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for
You all have a
your
good evening.
Appreciate
And
it.
again, if you know of any electrical companies, please drop me an email. Amy has my email, Tom and Adam do also. So if you have anybody that you think might have an interest, let me know. Thank you.
But this had to be done the right way, or else we'd be in trouble. So,
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does that go along with your solar update? Is that-
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That'd be the last one.
Jeremy, do you want to go so you can get out of here?
Up to the council. I'm fine.
Go for it.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, I got a few updates. So we've completed, as I think I mentioned last month, our survey is, I'll say substantially complete. We do have a few bits and pieces we're gonna come back out and pick up, but we're actually working now on putting our actual designs on paper. So we're kind of getting into the thick of it, getting stuff down. Hopefully next month I'll be able to bring something that I can actually show you, or maybe we can even schedule a review meeting if you guys would like. I also would plan to kind of have a good feel for how many additional easements we're gonna need. And right now, I forget the number, how many I was thinking we were gonna need at the moment. But
Printed off his letter and his whole packet, it's up there.
is that the thing I just
This
sent like this
says,
afternoon?
yeah, I don't know if that helps you or not.
That was actually just for that Wild Cherry Lane.
Oh, okay.
So, but I'll be able to give you more information on the easements, where we stand, what we need to get and everything.
Yeah, so the item Amy mentioned, and I only got it to you today. I don't expect you to take any action on it today, but it was our amendment. I think I mentioned that. That's for that wild cherry
We can
lane
take
area.
action on it, because this will just go in line, right? Depending on whether or not we can actually do it.
Correct.
Based on the bond and
Yes.
what we can afford. So we can actually add this, right? Officially, is that what you want?
Yeah, you can. I just didn't want to put you under the gun because I just got it to you.
We know that area needs that work.
So it's a 25-4 additional cost that would be added to the project. So
Right.
can I get a motion, we can talk about it. Who wants to?
I'll make a motion that we add to the project, the $25,400 bid for wild cherry lane services.
I'll second.
Okay,
Stormwater project.
discussion, and like I said, this just goes into the overall
And
project.
on the back of that, I think, maybe not, there should be a figure. On one of those pages, I think I can see it. Actually, it's on the back of the letter, I'm sorry. So flip that first page over.
Hey, is that the right one? Is that the one with the letter?
Yeah, I think they just got reversed, like the ones I have are.
There's multiple copies, so. What are you looking for?
So we need to sign something? Let's sign it.
So on the back of that I just gave you is that figure. And that kind of shows you when I went out and looked at it, that was where the major issues were along Wild Cherry Lane, so. Just as a reference, really.
So at some point, we're going to probably need a prioritization of all these additional, once we get to the point where we can only do this.
Right.
But we have this much money left. So some kind of prioritization to say, what's the next?
And what I would do is when we get close to finish, to where we can have a decent estimate on everything, I would come to you and more or less my thought is kind of breaking it down per street or per section. In some cases, some of the sections might not work well just as a street, but we'll come to you with that and basically say, okay, here's our, how many ever, 20 different areas or whatever there are. And here's our estimated cost for each. I could even give you my opinion of what I think maybe we would do in order, but at the end of the day, I would want your all's input so that I can know that, we're doing what you all want.
Yes, we would like your opinion, as long as we know what the opinion is based on, that would be really helpful. And then if we need to make modifications.
Yeah, because somebody's not gonna be happy.
Yeah, somebody.
They're gonna say, why wasn't ours picked with this? And we're gonna say, cause Jeremy said.
Because Jeremy said it, that's right.
And his phone number is.
Yeah. You can reach him here.
That's right.
Okay, so, and do I need to sign this tonight?
If you all approve it, I'd appreciate it if you could sign at least one, and two, if you do two, that way you can have a copy right here.
Is this just an extra then?
Yeah, I just have, there's 4 of them.
Do I give pens away when I sign those? Like Biden does,
I forgot to bring a bunch of extra pens. I think I got a brand, I've got some markers in here if you want to sign it.
I might forget what I'm signing.
Crayola.
If you continue to ask questions like that, you're gonna have to sit down.
You will. You might want to vote.
I know.
Such a corner.
Is it okay just to do an overall? All right, everybody in favor, say aye. Anybody opposed? Anybody silent? All right, there you go, Jerry.
Thank you.
Here's your copy. Here's Amy's copy. Now you can get out of here.
We've already voted on that.
On that same page. The second signature, whatever you want.
These are your instruments.
You can keep these if you want for
Do we need it?
just as part of your packet. I don't know what you keep.
Yeah, put them over there.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks, Jeremy.
Yeah, thank you much.
Okay, now, I have in front of me the annual financial report we signed. But I guess we need a formal approval probably. What do you think, Amy?
Let's just do
It's the
it.
gateway thing.
Let's just do it. And if we
Yeah.
don't-
Yes, just put it in the minutes that it was,
Okay, so I need a
you guys
motion.
looked at it
Yeah.
and you approved it.
This, I need a motion that we looked at this annual financial report and we approve it.
Make a motion that we approve the annual financial report from the year 2021.
All right,
I'll second it.
all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? There you go, Amy, outside. Next, I kind of jumped around, probably. We got to discuss the, that's actually back here, yeah. we'll go back. So anyway, the departmental report, sanitation.
Everything's good to go. I was wanting to know when to call for the porta potty. With the weather kind of breaking, I didn't know if we need to go ahead and get them out here April 1st or
When do you usually get, May 1st?
I thought May 1st, but I think it's always kind of been dependent on the weather. Looks like the weather, at least for the next couple of weeks, is not gonna be too bad, so.
Could just do April to October again.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'll contact them, have them out here.
You're putting them down at,
Shelburne,
Okay.
all I have.
Anything else, Joe?
No.
Water. We had an issue when we had the storm and it knocked out a well. And so we're running on the well this month that we usually, I think we actually alternate each month. We have 2 wells. And so we had to go back to the other one. And they're working on it. It sounds like it's going to be an expensive fix and we may be turning it into insurance. So,
Because of lightning.
yeah.
Oh, lightning.
Lightning knocked them, yeah. But we need
the
probably.
pump, I believe, was it the pump that it knocked
It
out?
knocked out the pump.
And a board.
So they had to pull the well. So anyway, it's not gonna be a cheap fix. So just to let you know, everything's working fine. The, Brad came in and Daniel came in and they got it working on a Sunday, I think it was, after the storm hit. So great work by them and, we just move forward. That's the way it happens, so. Otherwise,
We're waiting to hear from Peerless on,
yeah, they're doing the work. So I think that's it. You guys have any questions? Streets. Tammy's not here, no report, Brad's not here. Brad's on vacation, he's on comp time all this month. He did come in a couple days with the water thing.
there's something we need to sign by Tammy's stuff too.
So, but otherwise, I don't know anything going on with streets right now, do you? Okay. I mean, thank them for doing the great work on the snow again this winter.
It's good.
And I know we went and got salt anticipating the problem we were gonna have last weekend, just in case, and it never really happened, so. I do appreciate him, being willing to come in during those days.
Don't you all have a community crossing you're working on too?
That's, yes, and it's already been awarded. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's for the stuff down there behind all the recent development.
Right.
Behind Starbucks and those access roads.
Yeah. Now Steve brought up something tonight. He thinks they're not done yet with Hilltop.
I thought they were supposed to do the whole thing. Both sides.
Okay, we need to have, what's that?
Other street, I forget that comes up. Heather, thank you. I couldn't think of it. Yeah, Heather was never certified.
So, well, someone will have to follow up with that, either Tammy or
Well,
Brad.
just tell Tammy.
Yeah, let's tell Tammy, get on. But I don't know if they're out doing anything yet.
And with that, they're supposed to do something in front of my.
Right, we need to know if they need to fix
And
in front of Steve's
neighbors.
Drive.
Yeah, I haven't heard if the plants are open yet. I'm guessing they're gonna be open anytime now, though.
With the weather changing.
Yeah.
Planning and zoning, no meetings, so we skip that. Police, anything from your side?
No, nothing out of the unusual. We do need to discuss our part-time officers. So we're getting ready to lose, it's probably inevitable, but we're gonna lose Herschel. He's going through the process at another organization. But we are running into a competitive problem with our part-time officers. They're currently paid $13 an hour.
Mhm.
And what we're competing with is fast food at this point. We are going to have to make an improvement there. I don't think that we should do anything for the possible outgoing officer, but Officer Curtis is a valuable asset, and I think we need to come up with something there. At minimum, as a way to show the support, appreciation for him,
Mhm.
but also just in very straightforward speak, as a way to ensure that he sticks around until we need to move him into a full-time position.
So is he the only other part-time officer?
He's handling
We have
our
two.
canine stuff right now too, and doing a wonderful job of it.
We have two though, part-time.
And he,
Herschel's the one leading.
yeah, and he
Right, but we
fills,
have two positions,
right.
so.
and Officer Curtis also fills in for our SRO
Oh,
Officer.
yes, yes.
as well. So he does quite a bit for us.
So, that's the salary ordinance change. Can we do that can we do that just by motion and all that?
You know, we'll need the actual ordinance to say what it needs to say, but I think we have a amended ordinance we could probably do really quick, if you want to wait until the end of the meeting.
Okay. All right, we can do that.
Probably good.
Well, we did an amendment earlier.
What are you thinking in terms
Like,
of?
you,
15?
Okay.
I was thinking at least
Maybe if I
15.
find it.
I'm gonna try.
I mean,
Even 15, you're still competing. Some of
Yeah.
these fast food places are paying 15.
You're saying we could do that tonight.
But he doesn't get any benefits or anything like that, so we're just strictly talking about.
Yeah, he gets
Part-time,
no,
two-
that there's no
bucks.
benefits to his job, so.
but it's still tight on our budget,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
We might be talking $40, $60 a week.
Anytime we do it, anytime, that's a reoccurring expense.
Mhm.
I don't have a problem going to 15,
Mhm.
so. But it does put strain on the budget, especially last time Adams said, until we know exactly where we're sitting with the financials.
And the chief is aware of that also, that we're starting to cut into the funding that is there for the part-time officers at that point.
Okay, well, are you making something up? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for,
Yeah, we'll come back to
We'll
the
move
police
on.
at the end.
Yeah.
Right. So you have any more with the police? Okay.
No.
Park department. Oh,
One that,
That's
you
right.
want me to get it, or you guys?
We asked for speed bumps by the shelter house.
we need to address speed bumps.
Yes, and then, we found out Bob Wolfgang is going to repair the shelter house. With the
Down at
budget we were
Shellburgers.
given,
Down at
down at
Shellburgers.
Shellburg, yes.
Yes.
And wait, and he said professionally that shelter house is safe right now, until it gets fixed. He said unless some car runs into it, it's not going anywhere.
Well, hopefully that doesn't happen. We're still seeking sponsors for the summer concert series. So if anybody knows of anybody that would sponsor,
And Commonwealth did send a check, so we
yes, they
appreciate
did.
it.
Commonwealth has already sent us a check. And then we discussed, and I think it was discussed further with you guys, the area behind the hub there.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so, speed bumps. How much do they run?
I think they were between $500 and $750
yeah.
for the set. That's the set is 2. To give you an idea on like Bronco Drive, as wide as it is, we were able to space them evenly and use 3 to cover. So what I'm thinking that we could do as a way to slow traffic down over a longer distance there is get 4 and just stagger them
Mhm.
amongst the lanes. So at minimum, they treat it as a slalom course, but, you know, but people, it will
Slow
slow.
down, yeah.
Yes, it will
That's the
slow down.
idea.
Well, they'll get the idea.
Yes,
And then to add a couple signs.
and add, yeah, a couple signs. I really want to know what you, as a group, would think also, like what you'd said about Basically just creating that as a one-way. Or not, sorry, not
Or
one-way,
closing it off.
closing it off, yeah, so that is a,
What street is that access out
The street, it goes this,
Third.
east and west, Third
Third.
to Third Street.
there? So Joe, we're talking about is closing off the Third Street exit.
wherever the
Access.
last light is in the park, so that whatever obstruction that we put there is lit. So that someone doesn't, 2 AM drive off of Third, right into
So people
something.
could still walk in.
Yes.
You could make it more of a,
But I'd rather have it at the street, because I don't want people to
I think
pull in
there's a
and have
light-
to back
I
out.
think there's a light right there.
The idea is to keep people from driving through, making them drive through, so they're driving through really fast.
So, any thoughts initially, Joe?
No.
There's really no need, once the police
I like
department,
driving through there though. It's a nice little shortcut to get
Well,
back.
I-
when I
well,
leave
I
work.
know.
It is, I'm just
but
telling.
once the
I
police
know
is there,
Yeah, pretty soon you're not gonna be here. So,
Yeah.
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
Right,
police won't be here, we won't be here.
that's true, and I would be coming, that's true.
So
Yeah,
easily by July, we shouldn't need to be there.
And by July, without the
I'm
police
gonna
presence, it
smart
might
you.
be get
I'm
worse.
gonna write that down because I don't think you're ready. I
Okay,
get, pack up
so
my office.
thoughts on that? We can try it and do something temporary.
Oh, yeah. See
Why
how,
don't we, see we'll come up with an idea for what's.
well, doesn't Brad
Brad
have
has
some
that
sort of
sidewalk.
temporary, he
Yeah.
has a temporary gate type thing, I think, somewhere.
We, just whatever it is, kids are gonna destroy it. Like if we put a gate down there, it will be in pieces in no time.
I like your idea of posts.
Posts, like those posts that go
Tap
into,
into the street and then we could pull it.
pull them if it doesn't work out.
I think we did post, we're gonna have to do something to really make it seen. Because someone at night's gonna go bam.
Orange, we just paint them
Like
orange.
a real bright yellow or orange, one of the two,
They've got reflective ones.
yeah.
So how do you wanna handle this? Do you wanna wait till next month to have Brad give us, some thoughts, or do you wanna approve up a certain amount to be spent on something?
Brad
like
could
that?
probably find something that he knows would really work.
Well, between speed bumps and those posts. So it'd be similar to like how our street signs are breakaway. Similar to that, but not, they wouldn't break away. If they sit down into some seat and be locked in there.
Okay, so you want us to approve up to a certain amount for bumps and basically a board, a blockage.
Yeah, I mean, we know we're gonna be at least $1,000 in speed bumps, at least.
Okay.
And I have no idea what those posts would cost. So
When we approve up to $3,000.
you kind of read my mind, but I was afraid to say it.
So I need a motion to approve up to $3,000 for speed bumps and what do you want to call them? The
Street barrier,
street barriers.
I don't want to throw a kink in the works, but you're talking where the parking lot comes off of Third and then goes into the splash area, park area. Right now, not to say it'll make the list, but right now we do have a proposed pipe replacement running right through there.
Well, that would close it automatically for temporary.
Temporarily. But, the timing of it is not going to be anytime soon. So practically speaking, it doesn't accomplish what you're looking for.
We would just, as long as we knew where you're going, we can ensure that we avoid it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it may just, whatever you do may just add to the,
Right.
I don't know, what's the right word, because my
Well,
dictionary is
Add to
shut
the,
down.
the closure of it.
Yeah, that's the reason. for-
Deterrent,
The basis
deterrent.
for it.
22.
So, do we have a motion?
Well, Brad must have been watching the meeting because he is now here.
So we're gonna wait on that.
So I just have to get what number.
Is that really bad?
Yeah, I guess it goes six, right?
Let's see if he's coming in right now. We'll wait on him.
Well, you want to move to something else?
We do have
Who's Brad watching?
the claim docket. Let's do the claim docket. Everybody have a chance to review it? Can I get a motion?
Make a motion that we approve this month's claim docket.
And the amount is,
$131,756.88.
Wait, say that again, sorry.
huh? What?
131,
131,756.88. Right, okay, then I need a second.
I'll second it. Joe's gonna say.
all right, make up your mind.
Okay, all in favor? Anybody opposed? Bradley?
Were you watching the movie?
She woke me up. She goes, Brad, they need
She
you.
said, you better get down there. So Brad,
Kristen goes, Brad, get up.
My wife did.
we want to put speed bumps out here. And we want to not allow people to come through Third Street into the parking lot, into the drive-through, basically. We want to stop that road.
Once we're out of here.
A lot of people just drive through, older people drive through, just look at all the cars.
Just for a little tour of the park. That's probably true.
Oh,
I mean, you get a lot of older people that just drive through, just looking at the park.
Oh, yeah, it is,
And
okay, sorry.
that is because they're gonna have to turn around,
Yeah.
so.
And once he gets full, with those splash pad and everything on, it's hard to turn around down there. There's no parking spots to turn around.
Yeah, you just have to use the venues turnaround.
They're gonna have to back, when they get to the street, they're gonna back up to the venue and then turn around.
Then go back in, go back right into the, just like we have cars coming in here to the, drive in the holes.
Yeah. Maybe we don't need to close the streets off. We can have the speed bump.
Let's do a step at a time.
Do the speed bump over here and see.
I still like it a one-way thing.
One way.
What do you think about one way?
How are you gonna enforce it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
One-way sign out there. That's about it we could do.
Which way you gonna have to go?
Which way you want it to go.
It needs to go that way. I mean,
Yeah,
that's,
if you're gonna go, it has to go that way.
That takes some traffic.
Okay, so do you want to do a speed bump thing first, then add one way, and then do the dead end?
I just throw them all, throw a wrench around all of them, we'll do the speed bumps in one way, all in one shot.
All right, I'm game for that. You game for that?
Okay, so no barrier. You wanna approve up to,
okay, so then that means that you can have some additional parking. If you're only gonna have it one way, then you can actually add some parking.
how?
You'd have to angle it, is what you're thinking? Angle parking?
Well, just like parallel parking, just,
On both sides.
well, on one side. You could just have,
Oh,
because the roads,
The road ain't wide enough, you got that lady driveway right there too. What's your name driveway, if you're going around the curve, is that what you're thinking?
no, just down by the shelter house.
House?
Yeah.
There's-
I'd rather not, because we fought this all before, when all the kids are playing, and you have a car parked there,
it's dangerous.
it's dangerous, they can't see it when they go through. That's why I put them cones along the splash pad, so they don't go through.
Okay.
So the kids can only use the no cars and they only
I was
use the
thinking on the other
walkways.
side, the left-hand side.
What about parking on the other side? On the side,
Outside of the
you know,
shelter.
beside the sidewalk. Since we're doing it one way.
That's what I was thinking. So the
That's
left-hand
what
side
I
of the
was
street.
thinking. That's why I was asking that parking.
We don't have to decide that necessarily tonight.
Let me go and look.
Okay. Because we don't
I
even
don't
really.
think it's wide
like it
enough,
today.
really.
Okay.
They're trying to pick up some more parking spaces, park more ones, more parking spaces.
Okay, so let's just do speed bumps and one way south. Right?
Mhm.
That's the motion we need.
Okay, approve,
And then
you got right now, approve up to 3K for speed bumps and barriers.
Up to two,
Up to two now.
Up to 2 and no barrier,
because that's enough for some signs as well, because this town needs more signs.
speed bumps. Great, I'm gonna get phone calls on that one. Signs, speed bump signs, and change the road to one way, correct?
Going
Going
south.
south. Hey, Brad, I was telling him, there's a at Burris, they have these different kind of speed bumps that are flat, more flat, but they stop you. They're rough. Is that so?
That's a slow down one.
Those are rumble.
And the rumble strips.
So are those any good at all? Would that work here, or is that?
It depends. The rumble strips are just,
I don't think they're gonna be driving fast enough that a rumble strip would slow
what we
anybody
need
down.
to do is just put this up in the park, 5 mile an hour.
Yeah,
Well, you can put you've got signage up here.
Yeah, but it's a real street, right?
Yeah.
So we need to do something to do it
You
efficiently.
don't have that name, that's not a street.
That's not a street.
It's not a street, so just put up signs that says 5 mile an hour.
Yeah.
We can't.
It's a parking lot, you don't have to, yeah.
Parking, it's a park, we can go 5 mile an hour.
Let's just do that. Do
15.
we need to make a
Do
motion?
you
on
want
that?
to add that to the motion that you're making the speed limit
Yes.
in the park 5 miles an hour?
Sounds good.
Did we get a second on that?
You haven't finished the motion yet.
No. Who made the
Make a
motion?
motion.
Adam,
Okay, then we need a second.
I'll second it.
Discussion,
The amount was dropped to 2.
yes.
Okay.
We need, anybody wants to discuss it anymore? All in favor? Anybody opposed? Okay, there you go, Brad. While you're standing there holding the wall up, do you have any street report?
Anything? You know?
he hasn't been
Thank you
here.
very much for all, you and Dan did a great job over the
He
winter.
Yes.
hasn't been here, Adam.
Snow removal is great.
He's been here.
Thank you very much.
He's been
You
here.
need to go back home and.
He goes out just about every day.
Question.
Thank you, Kristen.
Thanks for waking him up.
Oh, yeah. Indeed, we all got the feeling they aren't done with that addition, is that correct? What about Heather Road?
They weren't gonna do Heather?
That was a little mix up on me and Angie's part. We didn't catch they went from River Road to Heather. Well, because we were gonna go around the other way. We didn't catch from there all the way up the hill.
So is that in this year's?
That's what we
Community
put out the
crossing?
grant for to try and get the grant for this year.
Oh, okay.
So that should be on the approval of what we just got, no?
Oh, so this year's, when we applied for this year.
When we applied, matter of fact, she applied for the grant.
So for 23.
Yeah, it'd be for 23.
Okay.
And what about in front of my place there? They were supposed to do something to keep that from draining down. You know how it's draining down in front of my drive?
Pedals.
They never,
That's where all that road was put in, we just gassed that road. So we was gonna, we may have to do something else.
All right,
thanks.
thank you. Go home. We do have an attorney contract here.
Oh, yep, that's in there.
Let's approve that. I need a motion for this. Joe's gonna work for free this year, it says.
That sounds about right.
Volunteer.
I think it's the same rate, isn't it?
I think so,
You
yeah.
guys didn't raise anything. Okay.
But we do need to note that it is not Brooke Stevens anymore.
Oh, okay.
It is Brooke
Brooke and Struble.
Strubel.
Oh, okay.
Brook and
So
Snow.
we need a motion. Who wants to make it?
I'll make a motion that we approve the contract with the attorney, Brooks and Struble.
All right, can I get a second?
A second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye opposed? All right, next, I have a memorandum of understanding.
For Trex.
What is that?
Basically what it is for, a lot of communities use it for obtaining outstanding water bill balances.
Oh, that's right.
And the state has now approved that we can go after people, we would get it from their state tax check.
Yeah, refund.
The refund, if they owe a municipality any money. And we had to have, them to get the process started, that has to be signed, it's a memorandum.
Like a lien, kind of.
Yeah.
It
Only-
fades
well,
out. out of that.
It changes us going to, through a collection agency to get it, which we haven't had much luck, so.
Can I have a motion for this?
Make a motion that we absolutely accept that. This trust, MOU.
Okay, can I get a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Is there any charge or is that through the
Good
state?
question.
Through the state, no charge.
Thank you.
I like it.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
It's a no-brainer.
That was the best part of that, no charge, no.
By the way, and it just hit me, this, we should be actively looking at, you and Steve at investing, and we haven't done it.
Oh, yeah, we've had it on our list at one time, we talked about it through the, I've got the stuff in there. It's just gotten away from us.
Oh, is that investment?
Invest Indiana.
True Indiana?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can do it,
And I would take a look at the bank statements to see what the average balance is.
You got one right there.
Well,
Inside the folder, the bank statement folder,
okay.
that gives you January's. It's inside. Or it could be on the outside. Sorry, behind all the paperwork, it's in there, because you had to compare the balance.
You're almost an hour late.
Oh my gosh. Thanks, Amy. Daily balance summary. So we average over $1 million. One day we had 999,947. It's over $1 million every day.
So,
So we can invest $500,000 probably, at least.
which would be a part-time officer, if we even got 5%.
I mean, you might be able to go 750, but might start out conservative.
That's what you guys want to do. And then, we're looking at, basically, we're looking at the short-term savings, probably a more conservative,
I can give you that Invest Indiana, it was
is that what it is?
yeah, it was really good.
I'd like to look at that, yeah, I'll look at that.
It was a low risk and.
Low
it was
risk.
Very quick access to the money,
Yeah, that's-
Right,
like
We
24 hours or
if
something
we
like that.
needed it, we just,
Right.
So, we gotta leave you guys some latitude here. That's, your job is to really,
We can look at it and I can make a recommendation.
at the next meeting, is that what you want to do?
I hate to wait a month. Why don't we approve, I don't think we have to approve every month how much you're gonna invest.
I don't see why you would.
No, so I think you've been assigned the task with Amy,
And you're,
Right.
so we're gonna have to trust you. With the place has been approved, and you guys, I would say go up to $500,000 for sure.
before you leave, let me get you the information, you can read through it, and then we can get together and discuss.
I mean, it's more of a question of how much of a cushion do you want?
Well, is the principal.
That's not my decision.
Because I can even bring the guy in, we could have a phone call with the guy that we talked to.
But in terms of the amount we invest, I mean, the investment to me, it'll probably just a matter of looking at it, does it make sense? Yeah, okay, do it. But
It's
then
the amount.
The amount, and that amount basically says, how much of a buffer do you really want? Do you need any? Probably need
Yeah.
some, but for daily purposes. But if you can get it in 2 days.
Yeah, you can get it in 2 days.
Well, so is the principal secure, or is that at risk?
No, it's a secure investment.
Why? So there's no loss of principal, okay.
There's no chance of loss. No, it's a great investment.
Then,
I mean, you can go 750, that leaves us 250,000. Do we have any big expenditures coming up? That's,
And is it something you need to know? I mean, if you could do it in 2 days, why not put the whole thing?
I wouldn't do
No.
that.
I'm just asking, just that won't kill me.
But Amy's got to do better at telling you if there's any big expenditures that she's got in the mail.
Well, you got Peerless coming.
Yeah, that's 25, that's not 250. I'm talking about a $100,000 expense. You know, I think we're okay. If you wanna go to 250, go invest 750.
Let him look at it, we'll figure it out.
All right,
Do you want to know for
yeah,
the
we'll
end of
look
the
at
meeting
that.
here?
No,
We could just report.
just
next
let
month.
us know what you
Till
did.
Next month.
I wouldn't wait till next month to let us know what you did.
Oh, okay.
Just let us know an email or
Has
text or
that-
something.
The March 30th meeting notice, special meeting notice, has that already went out? Okay. never mind.
All right, ready to
Did
move
the-
on?
Yeah, I already put the picture.
We have this ordinance on Title VI implementation plan. What is this doing for us?
That is,
Does this make us in compliance?
yeah, it should. I mean, depends on how NDOT feels about it, but yeah, technically it does. It's basically just formally adopting the implementation plan that that code seems pretty well taken care of.
All right, so I need someone to give us a motion. Now, this is an ordinance, so we have to do the three things?
Yep.
Okay. Who wants to do it?
Are you in favor?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll make a motion to accept ordinance 2022-05. Has to do specifically with our adoption of the Title VI implementation plan.
Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
Okay.
Do we accept it? We have to.
You're introducing it.
Introduce it.
He's introducing.
Yeah.
Okay, you said.
By accepting, I meant introducing.
So let's do a roll call, because it's an ordinance.
Who seconded it? I'm sorry.
Steve?
Okay.
Yours truly.
Joe Scott,
Yes.
Steve Rogan,
Yes.
Adam Jones,
Yes.
Tom Rowe.
Yes, now. Waive.
Suspend the rules.
So, yeah, make a motion that we suspend the rules, specifically for the purpose of accepting ordinance 2022-05.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? We need to have a unanimous vote for this to move on to approval.
No pressure.
Amy?
Joe Scott,
Yes.
Steve Rogan,
Yes.
Adam Jones,
Yes.
Tom Roberts.
Yes. All right, now.
All right, now I'd like to make a motion that we accept ordinance 2022-05.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call, Amy.
Joe Scott,
Yes.
Steve Rogan,
Yes.
Adam Jones,
Yes.
Tom Roberts.
Yes.
Make one final motion that we find some other things that are overly difficult to do.
You are honoring that.
Oh, okay, so we have, I know we got two things left. I don't know if there's any more. I have this
Yeah, you have a
complaint
list.
here
Oh.
from Caitlin Ann.
Yeah, would you read at the top what it says?
I want to keep the name private.
Rest.
So forget about that first.
Strike that from the record.
Strike that from the record.
From your memory.
Well, you know, oops, don't put that in the papers. So anyway,
Anonymous complaint.
this is an anonymous complaint.
What?
Wait a minute.
Can we move on?
All right, let's just pass it around.
Okay,
That keeps it up.
you got it. And it needs to go to, do we need to do anything with it?
Well, like who,
It goes to Steve, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
is it Steve?
Yeah.
So why are we
So you-
looking at it?
Because you guys have to turn it over to Steve.
Yeah, we have to be aware.
Mhm.
Okay, let's give it to him so they can know.
Well, you probably can say what the nature of it is.
Yes.
Well,
No,
no.
just leave it,
Okay.
Oh,
because
let's see.
we open up the top half, we just not open up the bottom.
Picture tells it all. You didn't cheat right at anything.
So we all agree to hand it over to Steve, right?
Okay, that will go to Steve Minnick.
I don't think we really need to do much with
Remediate.
that. Okay.
I've got one thing.
Oh, then we have two left.
Yeah.
Put it over there,
Well,
that's stacked.
I can wait till the end.
Well, you're close enough.
Okay, so the high school's National English Honor Society has requested the ability to put in one of the little libraries outside Town Hall Park, which is a, need a book, take a book.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Type of thing. Yep. They are wanting to put a post in, put it on, but I think that we probably have, they're wanting to put a post in, put this little library on, but I have a feeling we probably have something that they could mount that to.
Well, they want that.
What's the best way to do it? Brad?
They want it under some type of cover so that that little, whatever, case that these books go in isn't the only thing keeping them, out of the way. So maybe
If you
underneath,
look it up, you can see there's different pictures, like like a little house and has a,
Yeah.
where the books can go in.
yeah,
and-
so they're donating, they want to donate the structure, whatever it is, and some books to put in it initially.
Cool.
And they're just seeking permission to do so.
So where we want to put it?
That's up to
I mean, we have to have a
Parks Department and
shelter.
Brad. Well, no, we just have to have something, some type of structure that they can put it in, on,
Under
under
roof.
roof.
So are they going to build the shelves and the holder
They have a unit,
itself?
they
And
say.
then we need to have a pole?
They have the library. They are willing to dig a hole to anchor the post for the library. I think it would probably be better if we just provided them a place to mount whatever this is.
The actual roof over it could be a little bit costly.
Could be.
So,
Do,
where
we
you
have
have
a place
It's
where.
on the side of the building.
Has it got a roof on it? Enough
It's
outside?
got overhang on it.
Yeah.
Oh, you want it under overhang, because I was gonna say down by the
We can
concession
put it,
stand.
yeah, put it at the end, the opposite end of the concession stand window, right?
That's what I was thinking, in that rock area, but there's no overhang there.
There's no overhang, it's all out in the open.
What about, the shelter?
When you have parties and stuff down there, you have.
It needs to be somewhere where there's a camera also. So somewhere I think somewhere on our pump building, that there's roof.
See, I've seen those in Mensing, and they don't have a roof over top of it. And it's not,
The one in
I
Pelton
mean,
doesn't
it's
have a roof over it.
it's just like
either.
it's on Walnut, right on near the sidewalk. That way it can be seen. And it'd be
And
used.
usually it's built like a house, so they put
Yeah,
they
right.
put,
Shingles on it, and then there's a door to open it, so that's what I'm asking, how much are they creating it? Are they doing that, or are they just?
They didn't give me a lot of information there. They want to put it down by the park because they feel that's where it'll get used the most. I just think it should be somewhere, one, where we have a camera that can clearly see it, so that
See, that's what I was
at
thinking,
least
the
if it's
gravel,
vandalized, it can,
the gravel area in front of where the Ivy Taylor, who all the donators to the park.
Right, but there's no extra roof there.
Right, well, I don't know whether they really need that,
I know.
so that's, we just need more information on their structure of it. Who's in charge of Honor Society?
Miss Chris or Miss Craig. And then the students that submitted it today was Gwen and Audrey. Schmiedel and Gwen Schmiedel and Audrey Voss.
Or would they like to come down and we could,
That's what I'm thinking.
yeah, have them come down and we'll walk, I can walk out there with them and get an idea of what they're thinking.
Okay,
If
We're
nobody's
all
coming
for
out.
this.
so yes, I'll just tell them yes.
Yes.
But the details need to be worked out.
They can come down here and work it out. Yeah.
Okay.
Then last, we've been trying to get a boardroom table for down at the new town hall. The idea is not to use this one
Right.
because we're going to a new place. We have a one-time shot at getting a nice boardroom table.
Out of the existing bond.
Yes. And I have gotten a quote, and don't, you're gonna get sticker shock here. One of the quotes I got was $12,000.
Mahogany.
It's a nice one. It's not overly extravagant. But then Adam suggested, rightfully so, that we talk to Fuller's down here, local. Because $1,500 of that table was shipping. So I talked to Fred Fuller, and he came down and looked at it, and he's gonna work on a quote.
Custom.
Yes, they do. They do quality, very quality. He said, we did $100,000 table at the Alumni Center. Yes, and he says,
We don't need that.
yeah, we know, but that's the kind of work they do, really quality stuff. And he wants to do it, he wants to keep within our budget. I told him $10,000. I know that's a lot, but it's a one-time forever table that's gonna be paid out of the pot. He wanted to talk about ballistics.
Ballistics.
He's thinking, this way, I love it, because he's thinking, he says, just in case, he says, someone walks into your boardroom and they're not happy and they're crazy. If they start shooting,
You can flip the table.
no, you go underneath the table and he can't kill you. But right now, he says, just bring wood.
It's okay.
Yeah. And so I said,
It is sad that we have to think of
Delville.
this.
I
And
said,
you have
we're
to
in
think of this
Delville.
in this day and time. This is just really sad.
That buys you like 30 seconds.
I know,
Just to
that's it.
think about what's getting ready to happen.
Yeah.
It's really, it's
It's
really
really,
not that
one of
bad.
us is gonna fight the dust at the
Speak
beginning.
for yourself.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I want to see how fast somebody dives under the table. Meeting Tom.
Not 30 seconds on this end. Like,
Yeah, he's a goner.
You're the first up.
So
So
anyway,
you may not really need to think about the ballistic thing.
okay, I'm just throwing, he wanted me to talk about it, so I just want to hear, no, I don't think so, you don't think so, you don't think so, you don't think so.
I talked to Hicks about that also. He's like,
Okay, okay. So no on the ballistics, but he has some great ideas for the whole thing. And so he's gonna give me a quote this week, but I would prefer to stay local. Okay, I'm not asking for approval tonight, but because I don't have a quote in front of me, okay? So, but I want to make sure, no one is going to object at 10,000.
I mean, it sounds crazy.
I
It
know.
does, but
But it's not coming out of Daleville funds.
no, but I'm telling you, Yorktown does not have a $200 table.
No,
And I'm not saying we have to be a Yorktown, but theirs is, I would bet $20,000 to $30,000.
I've seen
I
it.
think we're being economical on the
Yeah, yeah.
10,000 or lower, but it's still very hard for.
So anyway, I'm just telling you, just ahead of time, just to let you know that, oh my gosh, so.
I'm so cheap.
Yeah.
I'm just over here just.
Oh, you are talking to the king of cheap right there.
I'm the same way.
So anyway,
Yeah, I mean, I'd say you're absolutely right. This is the time to get what we really want. And what we really want, does it need to be $10,000? It's a question. Even though we're not spending community dollars for it, just in the vein of not being vain, so to speak.
but you want it nicer than this,
Absolutely.
okay?
Absolutely.
We have a quote from Ryan, and his was like $4,000, and it looks like, I'd say it like this, with like a cafeteria table that is halfway
And
down.
that was,
You see, that's 4,000.
Okay,
So it's
so
just,
10 might be
Yeah.
appropriate.
And this would actually be made out of wood.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I
yeah.
definitely want something with solid wood.
sample pictures would help.
he's gonna send us a bunch of stuff. So,
Tell him if
We are getting
yeah,
new
what-
chairs for the boardroom too, by the way.
yeah, my gosh, I'm gonna get a terrible reputation because it's past 8.
But you're not done yet.
What?
We need to know what the salary.
Oh, yeah.
Part-time officer.
Are you ready?
But wait, yeah, he needs some.
I need a motion
No,
for
no,
Well,
no,
I
no.
need to know the number first.
15.
50, oh man.
15.
Then he has to print it off and we've got it.
Well,
15
yeah.
per
Well,
hour.
I'm going to.
15 per hour.
And this will be
Effective.
an amendment 20,
It's actually amending
Ordinance.
ordinance, 2021-13 as amended by
Oh.
ordinance 2022.
And it'll be effective immediately for next payroll.
Yep, as soon as you guys adopt the ordinance.
for,
Next payroll.
For ADU.
Not this week's.
okay,
What?
How many officers? Because you have 2 officers
Two,
right now.
both of them,
Okay,
but part-time.
okay. We want to make sure.
Well, it's not for 2, it's $15 for part-time officers, so we would hire more, and they get $15 an hour.
We only have 2 positions right now.
Right, so you have to
Well, I have
ask
more.
for a salary ordinance.
Tell me now, it's like Madam. so.
Yeah, if you're gonna have more than.
We're not.
So that, but the ordinance number for this one is 2206. And it's amending, well, you don't need to know that, but it's a salary. And you can go ahead and do your,
Okay, I need someone to
I
make a
have to print it
motion
off so nobody can leave.
to amend the salary ordinance with
2206.
2206.
Okay, I'll make a motion that, do we have to introduce?
No,
No.
it was
Just
just
approve
approved.
the modification of the existing salary ordinance, which is 2022-06, specifically to change the rate of the part-time police officers to $15 an hour.
Give me a second. Discussion? Okay, do roll call.
Okay, sorry. Joe Scott,
Yeah,
Steve Rogan,
Yes.
Adam Jones,
Yes.
Tom Roberts.
Yes. Can I get are we done?
Make a motion.
Anybody?
to adjourn.
Do you need anything regarding this? No. So whatever, if I said the whole amount, you're gonna be fine.
You say the whole time you won't be coming.
I will tell you no.
What, hey,
So
yeah, okay.
give me a limit.
Okay, well,
Does this need to be in the meeting minutes? Or are we outside the meeting minutes?
no, we're not, we haven't adjourned yet.
Well, I know, but I'm asking, does this need to be in the meeting minutes?
Anything we do as a group has to be in the meetings. So,
Is this part of the meeting?
Okay,
But is
something
it
that can be-
between?
Is it something you guys can kind of discuss?
Steve and I can discuss this and figure
yeah,
it
you
out.
guys can figure this out, really.
okay.
So adjourn.
Yeah, I'll make a
Whatever
motion.
Amy's comfortable with,
I need a second.
I'll say.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Let me shut that mic.
As long as the board approves investing, you have to.
The only thing I don't know from this
Question
is
for you.
it's a low-cost
So,
money market
they
fund,
provide water.
and then they say later on by ordinance that they can make it a
And when the street
5-year
pumps, are those going to be
period.
parked or-
How